Good morning, everyone. I would like to share a video with you today that has had a great impact on my life.
Scientists believe the world's largest garbage dump isn't on land, it's in the Pacific Ocean. Estimated to be twice the size of Texas, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch stretches from the coast of California all the way to Japan. In some places, the man-made debris is 90 feet deep. Marine biologists estimate that 90% of the 3.5 million tons of floating trash is all plastic. In some parts of the ocean, there's already 6 times more plastic than plankton, which is the food many fish rely on to survive. How did all that plastic end up in the ocean? 80% is litter from land, either dropped directly into waterways or blown by wind into rivers and streams from states as far away as Iowa. The monumental amount of plastic trash has created an ecological disaster that has cost the lives of millions of seabirds and marine mammals. When this dead albatross was cut open, its stomach was full, not of fish, but of plastic, including a cigarette lighter. And this turtle, caught in a plastic ring when it was young, managed to survive until adulthood.
Can you imagine the images we just saw in this video? How did that make you feel? I know it made me feel sad, and it made me feel angry that I can be that person that can cause such damage to our planet. My name is Maria Falk, and today I want to tell you about how we can reduce, reuse, and recycle to help save our planet. The 3 R's. The first R is reduce. You probably heard that saying that we need about 8 cups of water a day, and that's a pretty accurate statement because the Institute of Medicine has determined that the adequate intake of beverages for men is about 3 liters a day, and for women it's about 2.5 liters a day of beverages. Now these here are 6 bottles, and these 6 bottles is about 3 liters a day that an average man would need. And these here are 5 bottles, and these are the average that a woman would need. It's about 2.5 liters here. Now these combined are just enough for my husband and me. Imagine in a home that there's 1 or more children, how quickly it can amount to huge amounts of plastic bottles that would land in landfills, rivers, lakes, or oceans. Just for example, in my own family, there's Brian and me and our 7 children. And I estimated that an average, some of our children are in sports, so some days they may need more water to drink or beverages to drink. But on average, just our family, we will need 46 plastic bottles a day, and we will need 322 a week. Can you imagine? That is a huge amount of bottles that would end up in landfills or other places that would cause great damage, as we saw in the presentation and the video, how it caused damage to animals and our planet. Now, some of us use these for convenience because they're easy to pick up and go. Now, let's talk about another convenient method that is that can help save our planet. There are many different cups and water bottles that are reusable, and it's really up to you, your personal preference of what you want to use. But there's different kinds, and in many public places now, they have added a new feature on the water fountains. They have refill stations that can easily help us refill our water bottles. And so I like that feature because it's really helpful to just go and refill our water bottles. And this one here is one of my favorites, reusable bottles, because it has a filter, so I can easily refill it anywhere, and the water's good. Now, there will be times when we are still gonna be using plastic bottles. And for this instance, we go to the, we recycle, which is the next art. And when we recycle, it's very important because it reduces the amount of plastic bottles that end up in our public areas like beaches, lakes, rivers, and other places that destroy our wildlife. About 42.6 billion bottles are bought every year in America. And 8 out of 10 of them end up in a landfill, and hundreds of millions of them end up as trash on our streets, on our beaches, on our rivers, and other waterways. Recycling is very easy. We simply have to find different containers to separate the materials that we want to recycle. If we want to recycle these plastic bottles, we can set them in a separate container and take them to our local community recycling centers, which there's usually one in our local areas. I love our planet. We only have one wonderful and amazing planet that gives us so much. There are 7.1 billion of us in the world today, and we can all do something to protect and save our planet. I know that over the years, as I have practiced the 3 R's, I have been able to do something to protect our planet. Remember the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Are you ready to make a change? Are you ready to help save our planet? As we come to the conclusion of our presentation, I would love to challenge you today to go out and buy a reusable water bottle that will help save our planet.